Welcome back, everyone, to day 18 of Building in Public with Jason at Commercial Legal. Today's topic, I wanted to show you a few things that I do to properly set up the Vispr Backlink WordPress plugin. So the Vispr plugin's been mentioned in my YouTube comments quite a few times, and I saw that there weren't that many resources on the Vispr plugin at all on YouTube, and so I wanted to share with you guys how I set it up properly. So the websites where I manage that's using the plugin, they can get the most benefits with the least amount of risk involved with such an exchange, backlink exchange. So before we talk about the main topic, let's talk about what happened yesterday, as well as my main business learning, and then we'll talk about the main topic, and then the questions on my YouTube channel. So what happened yesterday? Didn't really do much work at all because, as you know, I'm in Osaka with my partner, just having a vacation. But we did go to a high end grocery store and purchased like three massive plates of very fresh sashimi and sushi, and we took that back home, and it was the best sashimi that we had, probably better than any restaurant that we've ever been to, and we've been to some pretty high end restaurants for Japanese food previously. So if you're ever in Japan, I highly recommend going to one of those high end grocery stores. They're normally on the basement level of a very large shopping center. So yeah, totally recommend doing that. The main business learning I want to talk about is very personal to me in the sense that I went through this deeply and it was very painful. It relates to how I quit my 9 to 5 job. And so the business learning is if there is a decision that has to be made and and the pain of making the decision is very painful, then you can actually skip you can actually you can take away that pain of associated with making that decision by having a situation make the decision for you. And so you can engineer a situation to occur where you no longer have the control to make that decision or not, and you just have to and you have to just do that thing. I'll make a longer video on how I quit my 9 to 5 and the business learning from that. But essentially, make it have a scenario happen, engineer a scenario to happen where you no longer have to make a decision. You just have to do it, because making the decision and the pain that comes from that is probably the hardest part in terms of quitting a 9 to 5. And so if you could just take away that control that you have on whether you want to decide or not, then it's just so much easier to actually get the same result associated with you trying to make a decision. So hopefully that made sense. If you look at the show notes, link in the description, there's an example of how I actually did that. But I will make a longer video in the future on that business learning and how I actually quit my 9 to 5 job as a lawyer. So let's talk about the main topic of the show, which is how I set up the Vispr plugin properly. So there's two main things I normally do with the Vispr WordPress plugin. So this is after you had already installed the plugin, after you've already set up your account and submitted your website into the exchange and had it accepted. There's two main things. So I'll share my screen and then we can talk about it. Thing that you should do when you set up the WordPress plugin is actually a tip I got from the previous developer of Vispr. So you want to make sure all the filters include all the languages, and then you want to make sure that the filter by domain authority is set to 0, and the filter by spam score is set to 5. So what this setting does is it allows for the maximum number of links to actually be coming to you, as well as the maximum number of links coming out of your website to those separate websites. So it just broadens the number of links available to you. And and the reason for that, and the reason for that is because the second stage is we'll want to manually vet each of those links ourselves, and then decide based on our own criteria whether we want to send outbound links to them and whether we want incoming links from those websites. So this is the first part. So let's talk about the second part. All right, guys. So once you've set up the filters on on the Vispr WordPress plugin, then you'll see that there's 100. Well, for me, there's 156 links inbound and outbound. So you want to start manually vetting each of these links. And you don't need to do this all in one go. You can do this like 5 a day, 10 a day, do it in a fortnight, and just start looking at each one of these. I brought up a few examples to show you what to look out for as to which link I would not want coming in and coming out, and which links I would keep. This is this one here, Guinea Pig Academy. This is in the link exchange. They're also using Vispr. These guys are an affiliate page, and you could tell that immediately when you look at the bottom. It says, as an Amazon associate, I may earn from qualifying purchases. So these guys are essentially an affiliate page just for guinea pigs. And this is one that I'll probably not want to include a backlink from. Color Wines, I think, is also an affiliate page, or at the very, I think it's a link farm as well, because, and you can tell that by not just the fact that there's a lack of a real phone number, address, um, or Google Business Profile, but there's also a link for you to purchase a guest post from them. And this looks like this is a link farm. You can see how many posts are they posting, like 5 a day. Right? If we look at one of these posts, let's have a look. Do they have any? Can't see any outbound links, but yeah, I wouldn't want a link from these guys. This one here, Monday Mundo, I think is a travel blog, but it's probably a link farm as well, because it's not really focused on anything, right? There's a blog here for Nara, Japan. There's one in Barcelona. There's one in Spain. There's one in Morocco. So I would not include I would blacklist a backlink from these guys. Infinity Floor Sussex. This is a good one to get a backlink from, because this is a real business. You can see here, real phone number. There's a real address. If you go visit their Facebook, firstly, they have a link to their Facebook, and you can see here that there's got 605 likes, recent posts, real images. They also have a real Google. Do they have a Google Business Profile? Let's have a look. Yeah, they have a real business profile as well. Google Business Profile, 21 stars. So I would keep a backlink from these guys. This one here, Cornerstone Roofing, I would also keep as well, because you can see they have a real Google Business Profile reviews. They got a real Google Business Profile, real phone number, real email, links to their social medias as well. Yep, almost 500 likes, got videos. So this is a real business. I'll keep a backlink from these guys. So a backlink from one business could cost around $200. And with Vispr, you're getting so many of these as long as you're vetting them, right? But it's just so much more worth it. I would highly recommend getting the Vispr lifetime deal as well. I'll include a link to the lifetime deal in the show notes, which is in the link in the description. You only get one email and that's a link to the show notes, and that is it. So, yeah, just a few. Just want to show you a few examples of what to look out for, right? When you are back when you vetting the links coming in and going out from your website. Hopefully that was helpful. Those are the only two things that I do when I set up a Vispr plugin for a website that I manage. So hopefully that was helpful. Let's go on to the YouTube comments. All right, let's look at the YouTube comments. So Anselmo Simoes, welcome back. Alex Hermosi for the algo. Thanks so much. Keep it up. I bought Vispr agency lifetime deal. Good to know I'm not the only one satisfied with it. Yes. So I made this video for you, Anselmo. Just make sure you set it up properly so you don't get sort of spammy backlinks to you. Even though Vispr does have their in-house vetting, I still recommend just doing the check yourself. Martin Davies, hi Jason, this is another great video. Thanks so much. This is for my step-by-step link rocket tutorial. Could you do a video about your project management process, including sales, onboarding, deliverables, reporting, and the entire process you go through for each client to make sure everything is well organized? I certainly can. I'm still trying to get my processes all in order, but I can show you how I did it from when I started from $0 to $10,000 a month. I can certainly do that. In terms of how I'm doing it now, I'm still trying to get it together, and I don't think it's worth me trying to show you a half-baked sort of process that I'm still trying to build as a scale in the business. But from what I could definitely talk about what I did from 0 to 10K a month. 95792, Alex Emoji for the algo. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Kane Sheenan on my side hustle with a 9 to 5. What do you use to record your videos? I use a Huawei P60 Pro, and I use that as a webcam for my laptop. So yeah, that's what I use. It's a really good phone camera. Camera on a phone. The J Mora. So this is your comments in relation to my post where I said I need to make my videos shorter. I ramble on too much, and you said I enjoy it. TikTok brains are not welcome here. I got to spend a weekend and binge watch your content. Really appreciate that, Jay. So yeah, look, uh, TikTok brains welcome or not. My partner definitely used TikTok, and I for sure use YouTube Shorts a lot of times. Although I hate to admit it. I'll still try to keep it a little bit shorter because I just don't want. If for me, it's an exercise in communicating the most valuable information in the most efficient way possible. I think that's still valuable for everyone. So, really appreciate you watching my content, Jay. Hopefully, you found it helpful and entertaining a little bit. And yeah, if you have any comments, so if you have any suggestions on what you want to hear me talk about, I can certainly take it on board. Kane Sheenan on my Hormozy video. I think you left. Yeah, you left some timestamps. Really appreciate doing that. Hopefully, someone watching the video would use it and find it helpful. So, yeah, thanks so much, guys, for leaving the comments, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. See you guys.